I love you.
I know.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg.
You know I'm mobbing with the
Welcome one and all to
I Love You.
I Know. This is the brand new podcast from The Prolonged Engagement. You can go to theprolongedengagement.com for all links to our social media and all of our podcasting services and our YouTube channel where you can subscribe and watch all the videos and crap.
Yeah.
All right. So, if you are returning from our old show, the Prolonged Engagement Show, congratulations.
Thank you for actually staying.
Because what we wanted, if you guys didn't see the Facebook post from a couple days ago, Sarah and I were getting kind of dog tired of just shitting around for like 30 minutes. And plus there was 4 of them a week, which
It
when we
took us 2 hours to do that show fully.
Yeah, and then so it took 2 hours and then hours upon that to edit and put it all out there, and it was just too much. Anyway, and then you'd forget about things to talk about and shit like that.
And it was just a lot.
It was a lot, and it was annoying, and so we decided to go with a more structured show. So we actually wanted to give you stuff like segments. Yeah. So stuff that we're going to do every single week. It's going to be similar to we'll have a couple things, segments that we will do every single week where we'll talk about, they'll be the same idea, but of course about different things. So, we are going to start the show. Bear with us today.
Yeah.
We're going to start the show with our games of the week. So, Sarah, what'd you play?
Last thing I played?
You're really good at this.
Well, shut up. I'm trying to think. Do you want me to say the last thing I've played or the thing we played this week?
What was the last thing you played?
Splatoon.
Is that the same thing as what you were going to say otherwise?
No.
What were you going to say?
You told me I wasn't allowed to talk about the other one, so I wasn't going to.
You didn't play Undertale, so therefore it doesn't count.
I'm going to replay it, though.
You did not play it this week, so it doesn't count.
No. Yeah, I know.
So we played?
We played Splatoon. And
that's all, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.
Shut the fuck up. But there's so many problems with that game. Unfortunately.
No, I only had one issue with it.
One issue?
And I thought that you could play...
It was mine, because I was playing with the gamepad, and if you've never played Splatoon, it's a kids FPS shooter. FPS game. But the problem with it is that they like to use the Move controller.
It's not an FPS.
It's not an FPS? What the hell is it then?
Third person.
Third person? Okay. Yeah, it is, because it's behind the person. Shoot, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So part of the problem with it is that you have to use, if you're using the game controller like I was. Gamepad. You had to move the gamepad up and down to see things.
You didn't have to.
Well, I didn't know that you could take the
motion.
motion.
The controls.
I didn't know you could take it off.
But they have, of course,
but
they have,
irritating
because
as
it's
fuck.
the fucking Wii U. They have motion controls as default. So you had to move the gamepad up and down in order to go up and down, which is
worthless,
completely irrational.
Especially when it's a game for kids, because kids are gonna go like this and miss everything.
It's not really.
It's not?
Splatoon has gotten with the Wii U's sales have been dismal.
Yes.
And people aren't buying the Wii U for kids, really.
Oh.
Because there's no games for it.
Yeah.
So parents are buying the old Wii.
Oh.
And
For their
because
kids.
that's still, anyway. And you know that Just Dance still sells best on Wii, right? Not Wii U, Wii.
That's ridiculous.
So, there you go. But the biggest...
Then what was your major issue with it? Because
Splatoon,
obviously...
I thought that what you could do is that you could play online split screen.
I forgot that.
And because the only reason that I wanted to play the damn game was so that we could sit on the couch together and play online and play a normal bout of Splatoon, which is to where you ink your side of the territory, and you have to ink more than the other team.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I was just... I'm going through playing it, and even though I could, attach my controller to it and whatever, it wouldn't let me play the online match. It would only let you play this one-on-one match, which is not the same. It's not a regular Splatoon game. It's
you have to hit balloons.
You have to
out the
pop
sky.
these balloons, and it just didn't. And there's also some of the guns in there, like the paint roller gun, that you can't even use in that arena because the balloons are up in the air and the paint roller gun is on the ground.
Yeah.
It has no range to it. So there you go. But the traversal of that game is fantastic.
That was the wind, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I heard that through my headphones. Oh.
Well, we are braving hashtag Blizzard 2016, so.
Snowmageddon.
Snowmageddon.
Hashtag Snowmageddon 2016. Hashtag Winter Storm Jonas 2016.
So that was my issue with Splatoon. But otherwise, I thought the actual gameplay on it for the online, I think, is
really good.
Is really, really captivating. And
I didn't play enough of it though.
Yeah, but I can't freaking use that gamepad. It's impossible.
I know you hate it.
It's impossible. The
I
Pro
like it
controller
enough.
is okay, but those stinking analog sticks are in the wrong place. So I still
agree
can't
with
get
that.
around that. They should not be above the buttons, the A, B, X, Y buttons. They should be I would even be okay if it was set up like an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Even though I'm used to the PS4 controller where both of them are below. Anyway. Speaking of PS4, I was playing. I am currently on my quest for the Fallout 4 Platinum Trophy.
It's like the quest of the Holy Grail.
I've gotten 91% of them or something. 90% of the trophies.
Of the trophies, yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm only left with the trophies for the Railroad, the trophies for the Institute, and the Benevolent Leader trophy, which is where you have to get one of your settlements up to 100% happiness, which is impossible.
It's not impossible.
Yeah, I think it's impossible. I ended up just after spending hours and hours and hours and hours of just sitting there waiting for happiness to go up. I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go try the other trophies, which means that I had to go back to an older save. And with that, so because my playthrough I went through with the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah.
But I made one save just because it told me, it said, if you do this, you will become an enemy of the Institute. And so I'm like, I should probably make a save now. So I did make a save there, but as stupid as I was, I did not make a save
for the enemy
before Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I will wave my hands like this after the spoiler alert is done. Okay. I did not make a save before I brutally murdered the railroad. So I had to go back to.
Is that our new spoiler?
Yeah, that's our new spoiler alert.
So at the beginning, we have to wave our hands, and at the end, we have to wave our hands if we're talking spoilers.
Sorry for you guys listening on podcasting services. I'm sorry.
You're screwed.
I'm sorry.
You won't be able to see it.
If you're listening on an iPhone, you could have just hit the 15 seconds forward, and that probably would have done it for you. But anyway, I had not made a save, but I did make a random quick save that I hadn't used. And it so happened to be on level 21. And granted, when I finished the game, I was at level 52.
That's a long time.
So yeah. Anyway, but because I had figured out a lot of things on my, when I finished the game, I went through and I did a bunch of the other side quests that I hadn't done. Like the Silver Shroud one, and I went and got all the other companions and whatnot, and I found out that I love Curie. She is fantastic. She's like the only companion that I've seen that actually does good stuff. Yeah, will actually kill somebody. So when I went back to the old save, I was like, man, I don't have any in my guns that I have, and blah blah blah. And I was like, wait a minute though, there's a really really awesome gun in Vault 81. I'm going straight there. First, I'm gonna pick up my favorite companion, and I'm gonna get my favorite gun. I was like, this will be all good. Once I've done that, the second time through, I've been blazing through it because I've been able to kill people so much more easily.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Due to that gun, I'm like, oh god. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's called Overseer's Guardian. It's a combat rifle, and it's in Vault 81. If you haven't gotten that thing, go get it. It's great. Freaking great. It shoots one extra projectile, so it's literally like double the damage of a regular combat rifle. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with the railroad this time, and then
the Institute.
And then I think what I'll do is I'll make a save before I continue with the railroad, and I'll go with the Institute on this turnaround instead of going back to the old save that I had, because with this I'm leveling up differently because I am just focusing on the trophies this time around and not the other things.
Yeah.
So I think I'll go back to my save where I've totally leveled up, and I'll go back that for Benevolent Leader.
Yeah.
But for the other 4 trophies, I think I'm going to stick with this playthrough.
Okay.
Actually, so that should be fun. All right, next on the list. So we have decided to do a weird news / dumb crime segment. We thought that this would be pretty funny. Interesting. So, go news now.
We'll figure it out. If you guys have an idea, go ahead and comment below.
They just heard what I did.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Oh, don't let me forget.
What?
We have to do that.
What?
The thingy asking them for help.
Yeah, at the end.
Okay.
So.
Because I know I'll forget.
All right. So, Sarah.
Yeah.
If you encounter a wild predatory bird, what do you think would be the last thing that you would do to that predatory bird?
Last thing I would do?
What would be the last thing that you think that you would do to a predatory bird?
Mount it and try to ride it.
That is a great answer, but I was looking for give it a big wet kiss.
Which bird? The emu or the
No, I said a wild predatory bird. Like a hawk.
Like a hawk.
Yeah, like a red-tailed hawk.
Oh, I was thinking like emu ostrich.
Yeah, this is actually a falcon, and it's of the falcon
Falcon family.
Falcon family. It's a kestrel.
Oh, okay. So they're not very big.
So no, they're not very big at all. They're about the size of, I don't know, basketball maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. So they're not all that big. Tell me where this happened.
Florida.
Dead on. Dead on.
Now, let me just tell you my plan for this. I know 90% of it. Anything stupid is from Florida.
So it says that the guy got a huge chunk of his lip ripped off of his face as he tried to lay a smackaroo on the male kestrel.
And it was a male?
Uh-huh. So the man whose name has not been released had good intentions.
No, he didn't, because he was a dumbass.
But Rick Shabuti, executive director of Palm Harbor-based animal rescue group Suncoast Animal League, told the Huffington Post that after seeing the kestrel in his yard and noticing the bird didn't fly away when he approached it, the man feared the bird was injured. He took it inside, and finding that he was acting strangely calm, thought he would turn his new feathered friend into a pet. The bird said, the bird sat there and acted tame, and he's like, well, it really likes me, Shabuti said. But Shabuti said that he suspects the bird, which had no immediately visible injuries, was in a daze from flying into a window or some sort of other head injury.
Probably.
Wild animals, he said, will sometimes act bizarrely tame following an injury, only to go back to their old selves once they recover.
And kill the shit out of people who are stupid.
I think it was the bird's first kiss, Shabuti said. This is just I swear to God.
Is this a joke?
So this is in the Tampa Bay.
Oh, Tampa Bay.
In the
Okay.
Tampa Bay area. So.
Oh God.
Can't take that too seriously, can you? But here's the picture of the kestrel here.
See, that's a gorgeous bird.
And I'll show it to you guys on the.
Absolutely gorgeous bird.
All right.
Why the hell would you think to kiss it?
Other than that. So, another question for you. If you were trying to steal a python, how would you steal it?
I'd probably get like a pillowcase or something. But I just know that someone is stupid in Florida, nonetheless, put it down their pants.
You were exactly correct.
Because
python thief stuffs snake down pants. However, this was not in Florida. This was actually in Portland, Oregon.
Why would you?
A snake thief smuggled a 2-foot python from a Portland pet store by stuffing it down his pants.
The only reason I thought that was I was like, okay, if it's a dude, I would it would look impressive.
They said, thankfully, it was not feeding day, is what they were saying. So Sergeant Greg Stewart said that no arrests have been made in Friday's theft, but Kristen Bujigan, an owner of
butchering these names.
A to Z pet store and video surveillance, has helped viewers and police detectives identify a suspect, and she expects to have the snake returned soon. We know who did it, she said Monday. We know where he lives. We know where he works. We know all about him and his girlfriend. We're just waiting to get our snake back. The snake is a black pastel.
Pastel?
I don't know if it's pastel or pastel. I don't know. Black pastel. ball python, and it sells for $200.
Yeah.
It
Picture?
said we usually have a cheap price. Usually they go for about $400. She says.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Ball pythons are not cheap.
30. Here we go. Oops, I do not have the.
Steal a $200 python by stuffing it down the front of his pants. The reptile enthusiast was caught red-handed as he tried to trouser snake a black pastel ball python right under the watchful eye of a pet store surveillance camera.
See, there it is.
Pesto.
Pet store owner Dugan commented on the attempted shoplifter. He's lucky.
It's lucky it wasn't feeding day.
Yeah.
So, also, our internet is not working all that great today because
Jonas.
of Winter Storm Jonas. So,
Last one? Do you have another one?
no, that was our weird thing. But
We
I
should
do
do
have
3, I think.
Okay, I agree. Probably get more than 2,
Yeah, I think 3. 3 is a good number.
3 or 4. I think 4 would be good.
4 might be a good
Maybe
number.
2 weird, 2 stupid.
Yes.
That would be pretty good. I like that one.
I like that idea.
All right.
I
So,
love you.
I love you too. Anyway.
Son of a
shit.
bitch. I set you up for it, too.
Say it again.
I love you.
I know. There we go. All right. So, other thing on the list was after our news, we're gonna do like a sort of topic of the show. Now, what my idea for this is that I'd like to get topics from
Y'all.
from our subscribers and our people who comment on the videos or write us an email or
Facebook.
tweet at us or Facebook or whatever and just say,
And that's
hey,
the plan.
hey, this is what I want you guys to talk about, and I would really, really enjoy doing that. But for today, I found out something that is totally awesome. And
Undertale related cough.
what?
Nothing.
It's not Undertale related.
Son of a bitch.
Why would he be Undertale related?
Because Undertale's like the best.
A Fallout New Vegas dev is interested in doing a Fallout 4 follow-up. So this is a developer from Obsidian, which did Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
And so they were thinking of taking the engine from Fallout 4 and creating a spin-off.
Yeah.
Sort of like what they did with New Vegas and Fallout 3. The guy says that if they were to do that, they said that Fallout 4's engine may end up taking longer to develop, meaning a 2018 release date could be in play. The guys at Obsidian said that Bethesda has always been up for it, and many people are actually really, really excited to see Obsidian's return to the Wasteland. I know I would be. I'm telling you, because I think that New Vegas is actually a better game than the Fallout 3.
Well, I agreed with you on that.
And
because it had more life to it.
Well, I also
which is weird for a game about the end of the world.
Well, my big thing with Vegas was that because you had these factions in Fallout 3 like the Enclave and the Brotherhood of Steel and Raiders and all that good stuff, but you can never become friends with them.
Yeah.
Or get on their good graces. Whereas New Vegas really changed that. So they had many different factions in there. So you had the Brotherhood of Steel, you had the Strip, you had things like the Kings and Caesar's Legion and the Powder Gangers and even some of the different towns had different things. So Good Springs, you could become, legendary in Good Springs and Novak and what's the other place?
Red Rocket.
What? Red Rocket?
Wasn't there a rocket?
What? Yeah, outside of Novak.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the ghouls that thought that they were going off to the...
No.
What are you talking about?
There was a rocket, and it sold, like, little plush... No, it wasn't a rocket. It was a dinosaur.
Yeah, that's Novak.
Oh, that's Novak? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And,
I didn't...
that's... But, see, that's... And then, so, you could, like, if you wore... NCR. Shit, I was trying to figure out which is the big NCR and Caesar's Legion. Anyway, the
NCR is the one that you ended up
well, I could have
choosing,
I've played New Vegas quite a few times, and never have I gone with Caesar's Legion. I may want to do that at one point.
I don't think you do.
Just
I don't think you do.
Well, I want to go with it just to say that I did.
But that's like playing Undertale and going genocide to say you did.
Okay, but I'm going with the Institute in Fallout 4 to say I did.
Yeah, same thing.
But
sorry. I will slip.
That's also
about it.
also the other thing that I have with Fallout 4. It's like you can become yes, you can become enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel. Yes, you can become enemies of the Railroad and whatnot. But if you go with one of the factions, you're going to have to take the other two out.
Yes.
I mean, that is how the game ends. The game ends with...
Isn't that a spoiler?
Fuck it. It's been what, 2 months? Come on. Anyway, I don't know. I spoiled it before, whatever. Anyway, fuck all of you. Anyway, so I've lost it. I fucking lost it. We're over. It's done. Throwing it in the Potomac. Oh, I'm just going to take it outside and watch it freeze over in the blizzard now because this has just gone to hell in a handbasket because I can't speak anymore. It's all your fault.
Mess it up. That was your fault. Oh, that's your fault, not mine.
No, it's yours. But I wish there was more things like that in Fallout 4 that you could sit there and say... and granted, you can have these settlements to where they all say, "Hey, we're part of the Minutemen and whatnot." And
but what I liked about Fallout 4 was the karma.
Oh, in New Vegas in 3, you mean? It's karma.
Karma.
You have some of that,
but not as much. Like, there's not a karma meter.
There's no karma meter, no.
Where if you do good things come back. If you do bad, blah blah. But I like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think
that's... where your choices matter. I like that.
Yeah. Granted, your choices matter in Fallout 4 as well.
I know, but
they
still.
matter a lot. Even though the outcome is still the same.
Mm-hmm.
Then the outcome of New Vegas was the same. Even though, like, at the end it said, your karma was never a thing in the ending of it.
Yeah, true.
So it just is all depending on how you played and whatnot.
Yeah.
If you wanted to finish with positive karma or not. There was certain perks that came with
perks
karma.
That would open up based upon good or bad karma.
That's right. There were certain perks. Which, screw that, because I like the perk chart in Fallout 4 way more than I liked
that
in New Vegas.
But like, I would really like it. Like, okay, so say if you go through a settlement, and it's all raiders.
Mm-hmm.
So you wipe them all out.
Yeah.
So you go to the next town, and they're just people.
Yeah.
But they heard the story about you killing people.
Uh-huh. And they're scared of you?
Oh. And how would that affect the game? When you could honestly have talked it out over here, and then they would like you more.
I don't know.
Like, but you see what I mean?
That seems to be a little... But if you're killing raiders, though, I don't see anybody... Do people not like
raiders at all?
People hate raiders.
Okay.
They're like the pieces of shit of the Wasteland. No one likes them.
I was almost going to say something political. I need to keep my damn mouth shut.
So keeping the raiders, killing all the raiders is never going to hurt anything.
Okay.
Just like killing super mutants. No one cares.
Okay. What about ghouls?
No one cares if you kill ghouls either.
Not feral ghouls. Ghouls.
Oh, ghouls people care about because ghouls are just like humans. They're just, you know, ugly and live for a long time.
Yeah. But like...
But everyone loves it when you kill ferals.
Yeah.
Just as everyone loves it when you kill raiders.
But like,
and
I mean,
supermutants.
like, I feel like to put that in there would give it more depth.
Now, if
to give you more depth to your own character.
Well, there are things of where you go to the settlements and they go, "Oh, we have a problem with raiders. Can you please take him out?" And then that settlement then says, "Hey, well, we like you, and we're gonna become Minutemen now because you've taken out the raiders and the feral ghouls and the super mutants."
But like, you know what I mean?
What?
Like, how that would actually affect you in real life.
What would?
Like, I just find it
if you go around and you literally have and you look at your Pit Boy and it says that you've killed 1,046 humans.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh my god, he's a damn serial killer."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that would just be interesting.
It would be. I don't think it would make for good gameplay.
Probably wouldn't for the Fallout series or a game like that.
Yeah.
But for other ones, it works.
It's also like Uncharted when you play that game and you're just like, "Oh my god." You look at Nathan Drake and he's literally a mass murderer.
Yes.
He just kills
everybody.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, especially on brutal mode when you play it that way and there's only like 5,000 people.
Yeah.
And you kill them all.
But you know what I mean, like how that would affect.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Like, that'd be interesting to me.
But I'm interested to see what if this is an actual thing, and
what they'll do,
and what they'll do. I'd like to see them go back to NCR territory, especially since they brought it into Fallout 4.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Did I show you that one?
No.
Well, because Kellogg came from the NCR.
Oh, that's right. Yes. You did show me that.
So.
Okay.
Kellogg, when you go into his memories, he talks about the NCR
and being part of that.
Yeah, he grew up in Shady Sands. He moved to San Francisco, and because the NCR is all over California, so But anyway, and then he came to the Commonwealth and all that good shit. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think this was pretty good for the first round. Let us know in the comments if you guys like like this better. If you don't, please don't tell me.
He's already like archived the old stuff.
Yeah, you can get to the if you're on YouTube, they're all still there. I didn't take them down or anything. They're still all there.
Yeah.
You can watch all the old shitty shows. But if you were listening to the show on podcasting services such as iTunes or Stitcher or Player FM or Pocket Casts, you will no longer get that old show.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore. It's completely gone. I went ahead and I switched it over to this show. But if you want to listen to the MP3 versions, they're on the website. I now have an archive link on there that has all of the shows exactly the way that they were.
Yeah.
So feel free to look it up on there.
And the last thing that we really wanted to talk to you guys about is Kyle and I are starting a new thing.
We want to start a new like a animated series type thing, but we were going to call it
Meetings with God.
Meetings with God. And we have this cool little idea where we would record our voices and pretend to be God and the archangels. And but we wanted it to be an animated thing.
We thought it would be much funnier.
So if any of you are animators or could animate,
or know
not,
someone that would be very interested in this,
we will not pay you.
We can't pay you
we
right
can't
now.
pay you, but
your name will be on the project.
Yeah, you'll get full credit for all of the animation,
and we'll even put your name on the website as our animator.
Yeah, we'll put you in the crew. section of the website and say that you are the Prolonged Engagement's official animator. And this may be if you're a college student and want a something in your portfolio or
this
whatnot,
would be a great idea.
Yeah, I thought that would be a pretty decent idea for you to try and do that, and that would be pretty fun. Other than that, please check out the theprolongedengagement.com. That's where you can find the links to all of our social media and links to YouTube and iTunes and Stitcher and Pocket Cast and Player FM and hopefully
all of our podcast services.
Hopefully Google Play. It's going to be on there soon. Whenever they finally unleash their podcasts
service.
They already have it to where I've already submitted it. But they haven't released a podcast section of Google Play yet. So I'm still waiting on that one yet. But yeah, guys, go to youtube.com/The Prolonged Engagement Show, and there you can like and subscribe a bunch of videos.
Yeah.
And as always, we will be here on Mondays at 12 noon. Yeah. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye. I love you.
I know.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg.
You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.